Picture this, a curve in the road, a change in plans. Well, what do you say? With the all-new Audi Q3, the answer's always yes. Yes to adventure. Yes to escape. Yes to performance. Yes to comfort. Yes to right now. Because saying yes without hesitation, that's real luxury. The all-new Audi Q3, made for the yes life.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to DND404. I am your DM, Tony. And joining with me today are the other three anime openers that I start my day with as I'm late to school, running down the block with a piece of toast in my mouth. Jared.
What's going on, guys? Myelin reporting in, and my anime of choice would be Cowboy Bebop.
Bro.
Opening. It's great.
I'm glad I had a backup.
Fantastic.
It's great.
Dude.
I mean,
I knew you'd
it's
pick
iconic.
Fantastic.
That is a really good one. That's a really good one.
I can't think of a better one. I had to look at a list, and as soon as I saw that one, I was like, that's the one. That's the one. How about Alec?
Yeah, my name is Alec. I play Kaz'il Amberleaf. And of course, my favorite anime intro is from One Piece. And it's not just from One Piece, but One Piece Arc 2 or Season 2, however you want to word it.
My other backup.
The English version, I know I'm going to get a bad take for that, but the English version is, it just hits. It's so good. Go listen to it. And if you don't agree with me, put it in the comments so then I can comment back and argue with you. What about you, Kyleigh?
Hi, I'm Kyleigh. I play Vivien Charmant. And my favorite anime opening is the second opening for Noragami. It's Hey Kids by the Oral Cigarettes. It's so good. How about you, Dan?
Hello, everybody. My name is Dan. I play Boram DuMarais, your bog frog artificer. And if you haven't watched Link Click, you are definitely sleeping on a really good show. Season 1, though, Dive Back in Time. That is one of my favorite anime intros. So it's a bop. That whole anime is great. Give it a watch. Tony, what about you?
I'm going to have to go with Hamoto from Yumaru-chen. I absolutely love the chaos of that one. It's the anime about the girl who's like totally cool, like popular girl. Then she turns to a little chibi girl with the orange poncho. And she just watches anime, plays video games, and drinks soda all day.
Oh, my
Great.
life.
Fantastic. Yeah. Now you know the deal. Before we do the recap, we're going to do the rundown. And today's rundown is brought to you by Daniel.
Hello, everybody. If you weren't in the Discord for the movie night, we watched Robin Hood Men in Tights. All got together and had a good laugh. Join the Discord because we are doing many more movie nights. The next movie night I was thinking of doing was Belle, Belle. That's an anime. We'll be doing that at the end of March. I haven't picked a day yet, but by the time this comes out, there will be a day. This might have come out actually just as that week is coming up, and we'll be watching that on a Thursday or Friday. So come into the Discord because we are going to be watching more stuff together. Maybe we should play games too. Let us know in the comments what movie. You know what? This time only, I'm going to pick a movie from the comments in Spotify, and that'll be our next one. Okay. So comment down below and I will pick some movie. Doesn't have to be D&D themed, and we'll watch that.
Ooh, do we do horror movies? Because I could definitely get behind that.
Oh,
I like that idea.
Let's do horror movies, dude.
Hear that, Kyleigh? Horror movies.
I love horror
I'll make sure to
movies.
unmute every time I scream just to make it better for everyone.
Perfect.
Sounds good.
We're
Was
watching
it?
Step Brothers. Look out.
All right. And of course, it is now time for the recap. Sorry, I did not have anything planned today, but off the cuff, because Infamous Dino gave us that amazing intro, I think I might as well just keep it on brand. Last time, when we were in D&D 404 land, the Charmant carriage came into town and Vivien's dad yelled at her. Oh no. But then Boram almost came down and ruined it, but Kaz'il saved the day. What a hero, huzzah! Finally, her dad went away after she wrote a letter. Myelin kept scratching himself, but they went and got him a cloak. Nuella was very mad at the group because of Boram. How sad. And then, of course, they went to the Big Ironcast Tavern, where Boram told them about the super scary place that they should visit to get magic items. But that's not before they got harassed by some gangsters. Bard, play the intro.
Disgraced in the Heartland, a star could set things right, manufacture the magical, and return a soul to light. From a scorched, fractured forest to twilight in discourse, cleanse the river
Bonjour, bonsoir, and au revoir, and welcome to the land of Umbrea. Name's Boram, your bog frog artificer. Enjoy with me's a rich rogue, pompous paladin, ravenous repena, and a gramophone in the sky. And this is D&D 404.
Boyos, Grollo. We pick up session 17 on the dawn of the 29th of Myrtle. In our last session, we have decided to take 1 week of downtime, which is 10 in-game days. Within those 10 days, each of you have done some downtime activities where you have searched, investigated, crafted, caroused, or did some odd jobs for money, or just working on some skills you wanted to polish. Each of these activities are unique to each of you, and we will briefly talk about each of these things that you did during your downtime, but this was all in a preparation of heading to a secret location from a map that Boram had obtained about a forgotten tower that is supposedly laden with different riches, but it is also shrouded with mystery. It comes with reassurance that this place does exist. However, no one has seemed to return from Boram's contact with items except for the manicore teeth that he was able to get possession of. So starting on the 29th of Myrtle, the day that the group of you have decided to head out on in preparation for this journey. Now remember, it's going to take you about 3 to 4 days to get to this location from the city of Balderas, and a good chunk of it is in this uncharted territory of the Rockhead Forest, which is the densest part of the forest within this valley of mountains. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start with Vivien. How are we feeling after your 10 days of downtime? How are you preparing for this long journey?
My plan over this week of preparations was to carouse with the upper/middle class of Balderas. I wanted to get dirt on Garrix to see what he's up to, why he wants the fragments, and that kind of stuff. Doing a little bit of research on that, bumping elbows, and also securing some money, because Vivien's going to start hoarding some wealth as she goes along.
So Charles and Ophelia have procured that currency for you. You had requested a specific amount of money to be broken up into gold and silver.
Yes.
You've also gained knowledge of an item called the Ion Stone of Insight. This is an item that will help increase your wisdom, but it will take 15 days to procure from one of the local city magic shops. You have been given a date that on the 11th of Kyleigh, this item will be ready for you to pick up, and it will cost you 3 platinum and 483 gold. In your 10 days of carousing, you have been given some information, which you do not have to reveal right now. Perhaps you could talk about it amongst your party at a later time, but you have been giving some information in your conversations as you were carousing around the city. Was there anything else you were doing during your downtime?
No, not really. Checking in with the others, getting provisions ready, all the normal stuff to get ready for a nice long journey. And also trying to keep away from her father. Just keeping him at bay, keeping him away.
Over those 10 days, while you were carousing, you have a new roommate. Kaz'il has been living with you, alongside with his horse Silverhoof in the stables, living with Windrider and Pile Mai. During those 10 days, Kaz'il has been honing in on some skills and coming in and out of your estate, Vivien. Kaz'il, what were you doing over your 10 days of downtime?
So Kaz'il was doing a few things. One of the first things he was doing, he was working with the blacksmith on making some armor that looks very similar to the armor he's currently wearing that represents like the Fall Court and Sahin and stuff, but it's not as flamboyant and noticeable as the current armor he's wearing. He's trying to maybe blend in a little bit more now that he has actual assassins trying to kill him.
So this armor was going to cost you about 75 gold pieces, and if you have that payment ready, you can make that now, as within 10 days he could certainly craft some armor that he already has and add those details that you have requested.
Yeah, we can definitely say Kaz'il makes that purchase.
And in between training and armor polishing, what else were you doing?
Kaz'il wants to learn how to cook. Alec, the player, is working towards the chef's feat. I guess maybe once we get to that point, I can go into a little bit more detail what it is. But yeah, so Kaz'il spends a lot of time reading up, certain cookbooks, learning the culinary art, you could say.
Vivien's estate is filled with these cookbooks, and Charles and Ophelia have been assisting you in learning some of these skills.
I will say, though, one note I do want to make very clear is Kaz'il does not accept the services of Charles and Ophelia when it comes to the maintenance of his room and stuff like that. Kaz'il's very like taking care of himself. But when it comes to the chef learning how to do that, he's very welcoming to like any sort of help they might offer him.
That feat, if you do another 10 days of focusing on cooking and such, you will get the chef feat.
Nice. And then lastly, what he also did was during the downtime, he wanted to find out a little bit more about the broken blades. So he was able to get word that some broken blade mercenaries were helping a farmer clear a nearby goblin camp. So he volunteered as part of that party and helped clear the goblin camp with the broken blades to just find out a little bit more about them.
As you were doing your downtime activities, we're going to go over to Myelin. Myelin, what were you doing during your 10 days?
After getting a taste of scrolls and magic paper, he gets real excited and a hankering for more. So he finds a local library, and of course he doesn't go in the front. He scavenges in the back where the trash is and happens to find some and starts munching on paper after paper before finding one that has just a little bit of magic in it and just gives him that little zest to him. As he is getting up to leave, he ends up finding a map. And it isn't a current map, it's a map of the old times, kind of a few years back, maybe even, 10, 15 years back. And the names are a little bit different than what he saw on Boram's map. And one place that he mentioned when looking at Boram's map was a place north of this watchtower that we're supposed to be going to. There's this place that he just is kind of drawn to, but he hasn't really put the pieces together. But now that he has this map, he sees it. All the names of all the places are there, but there's one where he's actually trying to look to the north, covered in trees, and it's underwater. He can't make it out. The word is kind of smudged almost, but fluid in kind of a weird way.
So Myelin, as you were scavenging about, you happened to find some other things alongside that map. You found a number of tasty scrolls that you were saving as a snack. Go ahead and roll me a D4.
Good old one.
One? All right, roll me one more D4.
A 2.
You find a spell scroll, and the spell is called Ice Knife. And mechanically, that map you found was a map that had been made within the last 15 years, but it is an outdated map, which is why it was thrown away. And there are a couple of town name changes and towns that may have gone away or new ones that have appeared, but it's an older map and it's not as accurate as current day maps, but it is definitely made within the last 15 years or so. So as we move from Myelin, we're going to go over and go to Boram. The brewing is going well. You are working faster than ever before, finishing your first successful health potion in just 2.5 days. As you continue your work, you wake up on the 23rd of Myrtle. You hear a knock on your door.
The heck? Ain't nobody supposed to be here today. Boram kind of frantically puts some stuff away that he's been working on. He doesn't even have a shirt on right now. He's just getting ready for the day, about to eat breakfast and get to work. He kind of creeps over to his front door of his level. He flips open a little hatch to look through the door, and he doesn't see anybody. That don't make no sense. And then he slowly opens the door.
Hello.
Myelin?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, well, I can see that. Good morning. But what are you doing here?
Well, I told you that I'd come back and you told me you'd tell me what that thing was.
What? No, wait. I'm sorry, I said that? So when was this?
It was a couple days ago. It was when I was messing with this thing and I budged myself in and I look around for the thing. Where'd it go? It was right here.
You do actually see it already set up over some beakers and vials.
It's this thing.
Oh, goodness. I forgot I said that. Right, yes, how could I forget? Of course, come in, Myelin. I do got some stuff on the stove. You want to eat?
Yes.
All right, okay. Boram looks outside shadily and locks his door.
And as he comes in, he eyes the bathroom and slinks away from it.
All right. Let's get you some breakfast first. Okay, so you just want to talk to me about the rod, see how it works? What's going on here?
Yeah, you told me to come back in 1 week. Here I am.
Yes, I did say that. I remember that now.
The rod, and then you said you show me.
Of course, right. I do that. Of course. All right, great. Happy days. I just made eggs today. That fine?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, eat up. And he just puts a plate of eggs, and maybe he has some bacon as well.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, big day.
So, what you been doing?
Well, I'm just getting ready for the trip, you know. Making potions, though. I just finally got the equation figured out, and I'm actually making some health potions. So I think we might be able to heal up a bit if we get in danger. I had to sell 2 of them, though, to make rent.
But Vivien said she was going to pay you rent.
I mean, I didn't really start working on it. I feel kind of bad making her pay if she isn't really getting anything from me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not working on it.
Okay.
I mean, if she brings it up, great. That'd be nice. But I'm not going to bring it up until we need to talk about it. Let me put my stuff on, okay? You make yourself comfy. And Boram starts actually, like, getting himself together and putting a shirt on and getting his lab coat together and his gloves and all that stuff.
Myelin is swinging his feet as he's eating his eggs and bacon.
All right, wake up. Wake up. Time to get to it. Didn't even have no coffee, not much water. All right, yeah, grab a stool, hop on over here, I'll show you how this works, I guess. Not how the day was gonna go, not how I thought.
You didn't write it down?
No, Myelin, I did not write it down.
Wow.
I made a mistake, I forgot.
No, I can, you know what, it's fine. I can come back, tomorrow or something.
Oh, you here, so no use you coming back another day. I'm not going anywhere, so.
I mean, if you had eggs tomorrow too, I mean, I could come back then too.
Myelin, you can go back anytime you want.
Mylin's gonna remember that. Let me write that down.
All right, make yourself useful though. Grab me a wrench. And he's putting his goggles on and a lab coat. Oh, that's a screwdriver. Wrench look like this, and I hold up a smaller wrench, but I need it to be a bit bigger. All right, give me about an 8.
And then he reaches in. He's using magic hand at this point because everything's kind of out of his reach, and his magic hand's invisible, so it just looks like a screwdriver's just flying through the air. This one?
Again, that's a screwdriver.
Oh, wait, let me see that one again.
Yeah, take it with you, okay? And he's starting to tighten up some things around the table. He's getting some new beakers. You see him putting a bottle that has a lot of like black flame dust under it in a tub to be like sanitized.
Okay, so this one.
Yes, exactly. That one. Yeah, got it right too. 8. Lucky. And he starts tightening up the rod so that it fits better over a new vial that is a different shape. All right, so I'll get the components ready. But basically what this is doing here, this is a flux rod. I don't exactly have the best magical ability to put my own magic into stuff, so I use it kind of like an arcane focus. You know what that is? It's how we channel magic from the weave, and we kind of imbue it into other items, sometimes potions, sometimes other things. So the magic that's all around us, just in nature, it kind of sucks it in from the air, spits it out, at least in the most basic terms.
You just learned magic?
Well, not magic, it's just I'm a bit volatile.
Look, I make magic. Disc.
You smush him against the wall. That's a great disc, Myelin. I love your disc, but please put it away.
So what's my rod? Is my rod my disc?
Your rod is in here. And he points to your heart.
Okay, good. I thought it was going to be my butterflies again.
Yeah, you got lucky. Not like me, born kind of weird and funky. Okay, so you think things into existence. It's all there for you. It's nice. But that's kind of how it works, so it's going to kind of do its thing. It's nothing too crazy. Yeah, I'll turn the fire on, and you see him put a bunch of liquids and components into a few beakers that start dripping into this main beaker, and it goes very slowly, the process. This got to sit for about 2 days, 2.5 days, and you can kind of see it working here, see? And you see that the rod does start glowing, and it is focused on the beaker itself. And there's a slight glow now that you're looking closer around the beaker itself. The main potion bottle, if you will.
Is that the magic?
Yeah, that's the magic.
Whoa.
You're really close to Boram, and he kind of looks at you. We gotta brush your teeth next. That's the next thing we gotta figure out. Not today. I'm not gonna bother you about that today.
And he starts feeling his teeth. And it's like, what's wrong with my teeth?
No, they're good. They're good. They just, it's your mouth. We talk about it later. Listen, that's what we got going on. And I didn't plan to set this up so quick, but now that you're here, that's kind of how it's working. So, yeah. And he kind of looks awkwardly around the room, not knowing what else to say to Myelin.
Myelin sees the smudge blackness that's on the bottom of the beakers, and it reminds him of something. I have a question. And you know what? Maybe you won't know. It's okay. It's fine.
Yeah, ask away. And he's biting down on some bacon as he's writing notes in his journal, looking intensely at the beakers.
Myelin this entire time has had this piece of paper in the back of his pocket, and he pulls it out and he drags Boram over to the table.
Oh, where are we going?
And kind of unfolds it a few times. He kind of does one of those things where you put both your hands on top of it to flatten it out. Okay. There's something wrong here, and I can't figure it out.
Yeah, okay. I think my ritual flask is not doing what it's supposed to be doing. What am I looking at here?
It's a map.
Oh, yeah, I can see that. It's a map.
So this map is not right, though. So the one Vivien had, that we looked at, I saw all the places.
Oh, you talking about my map? I'll bring out the map I showed you at the bar. This one, the map that we go into in a few days.
Yeah.
What about it?
So look, this one's old. Your map new.
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't know what that has to do with anything, though, Myelin.
Well, I can read all the places.
Yeah, so can I.
But this one is like your beaker is smudge.
Which one?
So he points all the way to the north. He was kind of curious about it last time he brought up the map. He saw the tower where it was sitting and he kind of pointed further north, like he was kind of drawn to that area. And now he's been spending most of this time trying to figure out what it was. And he finally found this map, but it's like when you try to focus on something too hard and your eyes just kind of slide off of it, he just can't see it.
But can I see it?
Yes.
And what do I read when I see that?
Wood vein.
Myelin, this don't look smudged to me. Maybe I can write it out for you and it look different. It says wood vein and I write it on my palm. I show my palm to Myelin. Can you read this? Fine or no?
He can't comprehend it. It's like seeing a new word or like a new set of letters that he hasn't seen before, and he's having a hard time kind of struggling it, and he kind of scrunches his face a little bit. Okay.
Hey, take it easy. We work on that. Wood vein, though, that's what it says. You know what that word means?
And he kind of sits there for a while, and he isn't real sure. He's kind of perplexed a little bit.
It's okay. Maybe we ask the group when we traveling. Maybe one of them knows. I don't think I've heard of this place, though.
And he's kind of lost for words because he was under the impression that it doesn't exist anymore, or that area doesn't exist anymore. So then he's trying to figure out why it shows up on this old map but not on a new map. So he's kind of at a loss for words. And he starts just picking it up because he's kind of flustered with himself. Okay. Yeah, I'll figure that out later. You can just read it. You can read it, no problem. It's just words on paper.
Yeah, just words on a paper. And Boram's getting concerned, and he does walk back over to his desk slowly and starts a new section of his journal for exactly what you talked about, because it is something he wants to look into. He's not sure if it's something that's magical. Maybe it's something going on with your psyche. He doesn't know, so he's just gonna make notes about it. All right, we talk about it later, buddy. But listen, if you're gonna be in here, at least make yourself useful, all right? Come over here and give me a flask. This one's not working right. It's about to crack. And you see is one of his flasks that has a long stem dripping is starting to crack. I used the wrong one for this, I think, so we gotta change it out.
Are they down here? And he's kind of scurrying through.
I think I left it back under my bed, maybe. Maybe near the window.
He slides underneath the bed.
And eventually you find one, like shifting through, and there's one that hasn't been touched under the bed.
He misty steps over. This one?
Oh, put it in quick. All right, we're gonna change it at the same time. Go. He switches that with you. Oh, that was a close one. Almost messed that up. I should usually change these every time, maybe. I don't know. This equation's looking a bit better, though, than the last time. It worked once, so it should work every time, but I'm just using a little bit too much on the components. I don't know. It's something you ought to memorize. Maybe you help me out one day, my little artificer friend, right? Pressure times volume divided by the amount of contents times ideal gas constant. All of that times magical energy requirement plus air volatility constant. And then all of that over probable mana turbulence. And I think my turbulence was a bit too high there.
What's H?
Oh, H. That's just my own letter for health potion. Well, you got that? Yeah, repeat it back to me, Myelin. How about that? And he's laughing to himself.
Pressure X volume amounts of components X idle gas constant X magical energy requirement plus herb volatility constant probable magic or mana turbulence equals H.
You got the math things wrong, but you got everything I said right. You don't know math though. That makes sense. It's a bit crazy you figured it out so quick though. Are you a prodigy or something?
I just remember things. You don't remember things?
Remember things?
Yeah.
Myelin, this took me about a month to figure out this equation, and then after that, it took me a week just to memorize this. You just did that in about snap of a finger.
Well, I didn't make it up. I just, you told me and I remembered it.
Told you remember, that's not normal. You are special. I think you about to change the world. And he goes back to working on his things, and he's kind of letting you have free range around his level now as he's working. And as he's working, you probably have a better look at this apartment than you've ever had before now that it's in daylight. There's not a bunch of chaos and people and food and noises and all sorts going on. And you do see a couple things as you're looking on the walls. He's got some pictures of his family on the walls. You see that mostly they're drawn. They look like he might have drawn them, or maybe he had a friend draw them. But you do see one that actually kind of looks strange to us as players. It would almost look like a piece of film, or like if people were listening to campaign 1, he's got an Arcane moment photo on the wall of his family. And then next to those photos, you actually do see another pair of artificer goggles, but they're not the same size as Boram's. You actually think they would fit you, honestly, but they're almost like children sized. And Boram's just kind of working, paying no mind to you for a moment. And man, just be careful when you're touching things, okay? It's, sometimes I got rusty nails around I might have forgot to pick up. And, wait, maybe I forgot to carry the one.
Don't forget it's H.
Thanks, Myelin. I'll try not to forget that it's H.
As he looks around, and the thing that sticks out are obviously the goggles that are kind of his size, and he'll magic hand kind of pick them up. Hey, are these ones for me?
Whatever it is, I'm sure it's fine. And he's way too engrossed in his work right now to pay attention.
Myelin holds them up to the light and kind of looks through them without putting them on just yet.
You see there's like a slight filter over them. Like it doesn't make the light look normal.
Whoa, what's going on with these? How come everything looks different?
What looks different, Myelin?
Everything's dark? Weird?
Dog, what are you talking about? And he turns around and he sees what you're holding and goes, oh, hey, Myelin, get over here, okay? But that was not meant for you, okay? Actually, maybe you put that back.
What is it? You wear these? How do you see anything?
No, you can see fine. It's just, it takes the light and basically what it's doing, it's cutting through the light waves of the sun. So it's not so harsh on your eyes.
The sun.
It's the thing that gives us all the light in the sky.
You wear these?
Well, yeah, and he takes his goggles off and puts them on his head. What does that do?
But these ones.
No, of course I don't wear those, man. Those were...
Oh, I can wear them?
Yeah. I mean... Those are meant for someone else, but yeah, you can wear them, Myelin. And he kind of turns around and he looks a little sad for some reason, and he goes back to his work.
He'll kind of hold him up to his eyes, and he's having fun because he's colorblind to a degree, so he's having a hard time putting them on and like dealing with that. They're basically just sunglasses, is that what I'm understanding? But
kinda, yeah.
Or like welding kind of things.
They're more like sunglasses where they have the
polarized lenses.
Yeah, thank you. They're polarized. Yeah, they're polarized.
So he's just having a fun time, just like seeing things a little different, because this is the first time he's ever seen something like this.
The sky looks much more vibrant.
Whoa. Oh my goodness. This is crazy.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy. I was hoping to maybe give that to someone else someday, but they look good on you, so you keep that a while.
You want me? No. You want me to take them?
That's fine, Myelin. I can make some more.
He instantly puts them on.
Probably never even going to meet that person, so it's fine. And he goes back to his work. All right, Myelin, if you're going to be here, you got to help me for the day, okay?
Okay.
And they get back to work.
Pressure. X. Volume. Amount.
Now I need to tell you what the multiplication symbol means, though. And you hear clanks and steam and all sorts as Myelin and Boram continue their day.
You and Myelin continue working together. You teach him basic orders of operations, grab lunch, and have a much more pleasant day than expected. Before he leaves to finish his own downtime, you feel almost sad to see him leave, but get right back into brewing potions.
And brewing potions I did. I made 3 potions of minor healing, 2 of which I sold because Boram is desperate for money right now. One of them I kept, and for those that don't know, artificers in 2024 rules, they cut the time in half that it takes to create potion magic items specifically, anything with the potion label on it. Normally would have taken me 5 days to craft, now it takes me 2.5 days to craft regular healing potions. With the other 2 days, I spent a little time crafting another mysterious potion of sorts. Boram visits someone going through a portal that we've heard before. Then after dealing with that portal issue for 1 day, he then spends the rest of his downtime starting to research the fragments that he found from the asteroid situation, which he has 10 of those fragments right now.
So the information you found out about these fragments are knowledge to you and for you to share when you feel it is necessary. So we pick up on the 29th of Myrtle, the last 2 days of this month. As the sun rises, somebody roll me a D4.
Got 2.
And it is a cloudy day. As the clouds begin to darken, and fill up with precipitation. Kaz'il, Vivien, you are at Vivien's estate. Boram, you in your home level. And Myelin, you are currently in your hidey hole. You know that the four of you are meeting up today and are now setting out to the Rockhead Forest to go to this forgotten tower. What are the four of you doing?
Kaz'il probably is preparing the horses with Silverhoof, knowing that he is able to leave the estate without Vivien's dad finding out, as well as Pyomai. So I don't know if, maybe Myelin might have to talk to Pyomai and let him know that he's now being used, or I don't know if we want to take him, especially now maybe Boram won't want to, now that we know he is a wanted horse, but he's at least getting Silverhoof right now.
We cannot use the Charmant chariot, that's for sure, unless we cover it somehow, but we're gonna have to just take the horses. We could probably take Vivien's, but that could be a potential red flag.
So that's a very good point. You do know that a good part of the way you could take a chariot comfortably, you could take a carriage, but you do know you are heading into a very dense part of the forest the more north you get. Once you get into the valley of mountains where the forest is its most dense, it may not be ideal for carriage travel. So that's something you may want to consider, as you may be leaving it unattended for a day or two.
I think Vivien would be getting Pyomai ready and maybe putting a couple bows in his hair to try to make him not look like Pyomai as much. Some sort of distraction. And she's just gonna have her normal sack with her.
You will be having the camp and such. So this is up to you guys. If you guys want to take all three of the horses, because, Myelin is certainly small enough to ride on someone's back. If you do want to take a carriage, it would be a potential risk to leave it somewhere. That also goes for the horses as well.
Would we be able to split half, some walk, some ride?
I mean, yeah, absolutely. If you want to bring a horse, that maybe pulls a cart, that might be easier. Silverhoof is well trained. He's your faithful companion. You can trust him being tied up. And Windrider is more of like a
pompous
city horse.
Yeah,
It's very pompous. It travels between towns, but it's definitely a city horse, when Silverhoof is more of like a war battle horse. And then Pyomai is a race horse. He knows fast and food. If you think that he's going to be tied up, you have a good inclination that you can't really trust him to be responsible.
Yeah, I think Kaz'il maybe just turns to Vivien and he says, I think maybe we just take Silverhoof, seeing how he's probably the best equipped for what we're trying to do, and you and Myelin might be able to just ride in the cart, and then Boram and I can just take it on foot.
All right, that works for me. That means we don't have to worry about Pyomai, I guess.
Yeah, just make sure you don't let Boram ride in the cart. I know he's not the most physically fit, but...
Maybe we could take turns.
No, he's not allowed to ride in the cart. If he says anything, just tell him he's not allowed to ride in the cart.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. So the cart that you're bringing is just a standard horse cart. It's meant to carry and pull supplies. So if you find anything big, you could certainly throw it on there. And maybe one person and Myelin can fit in it at a time if you make room. But it's definitely not going to fit all of you guys.
Yeah, I think since we have the cart, what we'll do is we'll plan for 4 days there, 4 days back, 2 days where we're going. So we'll bring just 10 days worth of provisions, food and stuff for all of us.
For food preparations, everybody minus 25 silver from each of your inventories to allocate food for everybody. 25 silver is going to cover anything you might need. It covers minor components. If you need to restock on ammo, rope if you've used it, your basic kit, it covers all of that. Is there anything that the four of you are discussing as you begin to make your way out of the city, as you attach this cart to Silverhoof and make your way to the gates?
Kaz'il's good.
Vivien's good too. The one thing she's gonna do before she leaves, I believe I have a disguise kit. She's gonna disguise herself as a different tiefling so she can leave.
Absolutely. Go ahead and make me we're gonna say this is a stealth check with advantage because you're using the disguise kit. Let's see how good that disguise is.
Looks like 17.
You have a pretty good disguise. You're able to conceal your persona, your image. No one recognizes that you are Charmant. And the fact that you are traveling with Silverhoof and a standard cart really helps you blend in.
Ooh, ain't no day like today. Morning, Paladin.
Good morning, Boram.
Woo! Who's the new pretty lady joining us?
It's still me, Boram.
Oh!
Hello, good morning, everybody.
My lord, did not expect that voice coming out of there. Good morning.
What's that supposed to mean?
I recognize your voice, did not recognize the person, so...
Good, my disguise works Perfect.
Definitely did. My goodness.
Vivien is thrilled. How are you guys today? Are you guys ready for the adventure?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Myelin shows up and he immediately is just like, hello, brushes past everybody as he goes to Pyomai and starts to talk to him and rub him and be like, oh my gosh, we're going to have so much fun today. It's going to be really fun. And we're going to go real fast. It's supposed to take 4 days, but I think we can do it in like 2.
Myelin.
Yeah.
Pyomai is not coming.
What?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Hang on. And I cover his ears. What? What do you mean?
I look at Boram and I go, how do I explain this? The owners of Pyomai are looking for him. The issue is they are not very good people. They are mean people. So we don't want them to know that he's actually safe with us here. So we can't take him or else people will see him, you know? Because he's so fast that, you know, if he runs, people will know it's him. So he has to stay here. But the good news is he'll be here when we get back. So you can see him then.
Exactly. And Ophelia and Charles will take good care of Pyomai, promise.
Myelin squints over at the 2 people.
Think about it. What's the thing that he likes more than just, you know, running? Food.
Chocolate milk.
Food, exactly. And if he stays here, he'll get as much food and milk as he needs.
I look over at the 2 that are kind of across the way. Did you hear that? You better take good care of them.
Yes, young sir. Ophelia and Charles give you a nod and reassure you that they will feed the horses.
Vivien quickly turns her head to Charles and Ophelia and goes, no chocolate milk, please.
Of course, but
I mean, no milk in general. Horses don't drink milk. But
I know how to take care of horses.
Okay.
Wait, what are we whispering about? And Boram comes in.
Nothing. Get out of here. And I
No, it's fine. Not you elf-splaining to me. No, it's fine.
I mean, I'm an Elatria, not an elf. But
I'm on top of Boram's shoulder. I'm like, what are we whispering about? I don't understand.
That's what I'm asking.
Just how much we love you, Myelin.
Oh, okay.
Moving on.
I don't know what that means. Okay.
All right, what you say we get out of here?
All right. Vivien turns around to Ophelia and Charles. If my father comes, if you can just tell him that I am visiting lots of people and send him around town, the second I come back, I'll make sure to clean up any mess that happens.
Of course, milady. We will tell him that you're out in the square. If he persists, then I will say that you're having a slumber party with your faithful friend Nuella.
Perfect. Love to hear that.
As he walks out the gates, Myelin sad waves to Pyomai.
As you leave Vivien's estate, the 4 of you make your way to the city gates, ready to head north to the Rockhead Forest. The city guards take your names. This is standard procedure. This is something each of you have done a handful of times. And Vivien, you slip the guards a fake name. You may choose that name now, and they believe you with your 17 stealth check.
Alicia Descend.
Alicia Descend. As you leave the city, you begin to travel on the main road to go northbound.
This episode is brought to you by Peloton. Step up your sweat with the Peloton Cross Training Tread Plus. Swivel your screen 360 degrees and follow your favorite instructors on and off your tread. Track your form and reps with the movement tracking camera. Feel supported as you train on the cushioned slap belt. And move to the beat with Sound by Sonos. Elevate your workouts with the Cross Training Tread Plus.
We all have that dream trip we've been wishing we could go on. But too often, life, or usually price, gets in the way. That's why Priceline is here to help you turn your dream trip into reality. With up to 60% off hotels and up to 50% off flights, you can book everything you need for your next adventure. Don't just dream about that next trip. Book it with Priceline. Download the Priceline app or visit Priceline.com and book your next trip today.
Go to your happy price, Priceline.
And as you're going northbound, it is currently in the mid-morning. You've taken this road before. It is heading to Rockhead Homestead, and then you see a dirt path rear off that goes into the heart of the forest. You begin to travel. A few hours are passing by, and the 4 of you are making conversation. I'm assuming each of you are switching places between the horse and the cart, who's relaxing, who's hoofing it, and who's like taking in their surrounding. The cloudy day doesn't give much light in the forest, especially with the dense forest woods that are surrounding you. About 4 hours have passed as we are now entering the early afternoon in your travels.
Okay, is there some reason that you keep switching with each other and I'm not going up there?
Up where?
Let me in the cart.
I mean, you can ride in the cart maybe tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, you know, we gotta be fair. We gotta
I'm
trade.
getting in. And he starts hopping up 4 hours later.
There's not enough room.
There's clearly enough room in here. Now that I'm in here, there's clearly enough room.
Hey, what the heck?
You can come right on the horse. The horse is really fun.
Why are you questioning me, Boram?
Oh, sorry. I wasn't paying attention. You blend in now with your new disguise.
Kaz'il, can I get up now?
As the four of you continue to travel, somebody make me a nature check on who's the main navigator and how you are following this map.
I'll do it.
Can I give Kaz'il a help action?
With the help action, Dan, I'm going to take a page from your book because I really like this method. I forgot to announce it a couple of sessions ago. I will allow help actions if the action that you're helping with, if you are proficient in that ability.
Yeah, I'm proficient.
So go ahead and make a help action because you are proficient in that, and that's how we're going to do help actions going forward related to skill and ability checks.
Good, because Kaz'il's going to need it. 17.
Shout out. -1 and you're doing a nature check?
Oh my god, I had a +2. I would have done it.
I have a +5.
I never said I was good at it. I figured, Silverhoof is his horse. He's the only one walking still. Everyone else is in the cart.
That makes sense. He's not even from this plane. So it makes total sense that he doesn't know anything about the nature.
He's like, look, I know where I'm going, okay?
Actually, you don't. You missed a turn last there.
Okay, well, we got here eventually.
With a 17, you managed to find one of the many streams of the Rockhead Forest. Now, this stream connects to a specific mountain range, which this mountain range, where all the rivers eventually stream from, is known as the entrance point to this valley of mountains where the heart of the forest, the densest part of the forest, is. You can actually use this for a smoother travel and travel alongside the river. It's known to people who like to hike as one of the safer paths, but it is kind of hard to find one of these solid streams as you head into the forest if you're not familiar with that environment to begin with. Some more time passes, about 2 hours, and you can now follow the stream along, heading north, where, if you follow it to the end, there will be a large lake where you will see a waterfall stream from one of these mountains, and that's how you know you're at the entrance of the valley where this tower allegedly is.
Going back to Rockhead Homestead, there is this stream that was otherworldly or something. Is this the same stream that has the half fog, half water?
Yes, it is one of the many streams. Yes. This waterfall is coming out of one of the mountains. It falls into a large lake, and then that lake splits off into many streams throughout Rockhead. One of those streams goes to the Rockhead Homestead, in which that distillery uses as a component. This particular river doesn't have that same cloudy magical essence as that one in Rockhead is, but you know that the further away you are from the source, the less potent those characteristics are. So right now it's just a normal river to you, but you do believe it will connect to it eventually. Somebody roll me a d20 and let me know what you get, as you have spent the majority of your day traveling through Rockhead. 2. Who is in the cart?
Well, I think it was Boram and Vivien, because Kaz'il was the only one still walking.
Boram, Vivien, each of you make me a dexterity saving throw as you hit a nasty hole with the cart, and it almost cracks the wheel straight off the cart, and things begin to fall off the cart. Let's see if you catch it. Ooh.
Nat 20.
Oh.
Better than mine.
As this crate of vials, some of Boram's tools and trinkets that he packed away, is about to fall, the two of you lunge over the cart to catch it, safely procuring a lot of his tools. Very fragile tools.
We gotta strap that down.
Yeah, we do that now.
Okay.
The back wheel of this cart, it is built for off-roading, but this pothole was exceptionally nasty, and it was covered by a lot of the foliage. You hit something hard, it is cracked. It is not broken, but it is definitely near that point.
Oh no.
All right, give me a minute. Y'all just rest easy, all right? I'll mend this, and we get back on going.
Okie doke. And Vivien pops out of the cart real quick, stretches her legs.
I'll take some time to look around and just double check the area and start mending the wheel.
So you spend some time, you mend the wheel, and sure enough, it is good as new. That takes you some time, and you continue on your way. A couple more hours pass as you switch positions as night begins to fall. Now, because of the cloudy day, the shooting star in the sky that looms overhead, as it does every night, does shine and make the night sky bright. Despite this brilliant aura, it is still rather dark because you are in the heart of the forest and the tree line is just very high and it's starting to overshroud. And you're not getting much light exposure in your current location. If you continue to travel, it could potentially be dangerous. This is a potential time to find a campsite, unless you want to keep going throughout the night. You have been traveling all day, been about 14 hours in total. That is up to you guys. If you continue to travel through the night into the morning, you do risk exhaustion.
What do you guys think? Should we probably call it for the night and find somewhere to set up?
I'm getting a bit tired. Ain't no reason we gotta keep going. No rush to get there, so...
Let's do it.
Myelin, you ever been camping?
Yeah, I camp all the time. And he climbs up a tree and just lays down on a branch.
Not that kind of camping.
I do not want my tent below Myelin. It's going to be covered in goo in the morning.
What?
You drool, Myelin.
Oh.
Little puddles everywhere. I'll be next to you, not below you.
I brought my tent. Everybody brought yours, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, good stuff. Myelin, you got a tent, right?
Tree?
Oh, no.
I think you'll be okay.
You'll be okay in a tree.
I guess so. If you want, you can come hang out in one of our tents.
Okay. What about a horse?
Are we just tying horse up somewhere?
Kaz'il will take care of it. He'll find Silverhoof like a nice area to lay. And he won't take like the guard off of him with the rope, but he will take off like the saddle and stuff to make him a little bit more comfortable. Yeah, he'll be fine, Myelin. I'll take care of Silverhoof.
Just like how you like the outside, Silverhoof likes the outside too.
I've been riding on Silverhoof this entire time. He's gonna speak with animals and start talking to him. He's just gonna make casual conversation with them, just to be like, "Hey, so we're gonna be out here. I'll look after you. I'll be up in the tree. So if you need anything, do you scream? I think you scream.
What does his voice sound like, Kaz'il?
Probably Regal.
Yeah, I was going to say like Garen from League of Legends.
Yes, of course, young Myelin. I will stand by and call upon you if need is necessary.
So do you scream?
Do I scream? Nay, I never scream.
Wait, I've heard horses neigh. Oh, okay. I'm confused. If you need me, hit the tree. I'll be up here.
I will kick ye old tree.
I think it's older than a year.
Quite possibly.
How old do you think this tree is?
You must break it open and count its rings to know its true age.
Break it open. Like this? And I take one of the twigs and I snap it. I see one.
Then it is one.
Oh, okay. Ye old.
Boram finishes building up the campfire, and you see him snap his finger with his glove. He does cast a cantrip, and you notice that instead of like a normal alchemy fire or something, it's almost like fireflies surround the fire pit for a moment as he casts Druidcraft, and he ignites the campfire in the center of the area they chose.
I just want to thank you, Dan, for ending that conversation, because it probably could have gone another 30 minutes knowing Myelin. So thank you so much for it.
I was done. I said I wanted to have just a quick conversation.
It sounded like he was done.
Yeah,
so it was a good
of course.
Don't worry, Myelin. By my side, you will never lose, for all I do is whinny.
But I'm going to be up here, so I'm not going to be by your side. So I'm going to be like above you, but I think I could be by your side like tomorrow.
All right, Myelin, come over here. Now, you've had regular sausages. Have you had them over a campfire?
Wait, are they different?
And he hands you a stick, and you see him putting some spices on it. He brought some like spices from home, and he just put them over. You want some of this, or you want it plain?
I have my own stick.
I request an apple, garnished with cinnamon. He's just yelling from the nose.
Wait, what's your name?
The mighty Silverhoof.
Okay. Mighty Silverhoof wants an apple with, what was it?
Garnished with cinnamon.
Garnished with cinnamon? What's cinnamon?
It's okay, Myelin. Yeah, it's Silverhoof's favorite thing that I give him every once in a while. I have one in my bag if you want to give it to him.
Okay.
I don't know what he's saying, but it is my favorite thing that he gives me.
So I go and grab the thing that I start rummaging through, and I see
it's the green thing with the dust on it. It's just...
Remind him that it's the green thing.
So he grabs it, and he's like, "Oh my god! Look, this is your favorite thing." And can I take a bite? Can I take a bite?
No. I mean,
Okay.
nay.
Let me give you one of my favorite things. It's called milk, and I'm sure you're gonna love it. Hang on. He runs to his bag, and he brings the milk for the horse and the apple.
So, Boram, you were talking about some hot dogs, I believe.
Not quite like a hot dog, but they sausages, yeah. Come get one if you want. You want some spice on it or no?
Yeah, I'll take some spice.
Yeah, that's just good flavor.
Vivien's gonna pop out of her tent. She's back to her normal self, and she's starting to braid her hair. And she goes, "Oh, me too. Spice on mine, please."
Of course, yeah. Spice all around. And yeah, he's just kind of chilling, just cooking weenies, you know?
And you all go to bed. Now, where you are in the forest is pretty calm, but I will still need somebody to roll me a d20.
I got a 12.
With a 12, as you trance with your 1,000-yard stare, nothing happens throughout the night, and the four of you gain the benefits of a long rest as everything seemingly goes according to plan. And as the sun begins to rise, I'll need somebody to roll me a d4 for the weather for today.
There's a 50% chance that it's already raining.
Mean Girls classic.
3.
As it begins to drizzle and pick up,
My gosh, she was right.
there is a light rain. Visibility is mostly clear, but it is annoying enough that you will need to put on hoods if you wish to travel.
That's all right. I got hoods. Listen to my hair, though. I'm gonna have to put in a ponytail.
Make me a nature check as you continue to travel along this stream, heading north, deeper and deeper into Rockhead.
I think I'll make it this time. Myelin, you help me up. Get up on my shoulders.
All right, what am I looking for?
Got a fucking 9 with advantage.
Yep, that's the way we were going. I know that. That's the way.
You notice that the river forks into two. You take the wrong path.
Boram, this does not look like the right place.
And as you continue to follow, this river becomes thinner and thinner. As you see, it leads to a small opening in a rock formation that leads underground. And this isn't the water source from one of those mountains. You know you are still heading north with the tools and your nature survival skills, but you're definitely not on the safest route anymore. But you do know that you are still heading north.
Well, this should definitely be it. Myelin, did you switch out our maps with your old one?
Oh, yeah, this one. This is the smudge. This is where we're going, right? Over here in the woods.
Okay, I might have been looking at Myelin's old map.
What?
Huh?
Oh, we got a bit turnaround. It'll be fine, though. I'm sure it'll be fine. And I'll get my proper map back.
Speaking of, can you guys read this? Is this just me? Boram says he can read it.
Oh, yeah, wood vein. You guys heard of wood vein?
No. Can't say I have.
Vivien's gonna roll for history, because I think she would. Vivien got a swampy 22.
With a 22, you do know a bit about Woodvane. Even with a 22, you don't have the specifics or even its definitive location. That's because Woodvane was a town that was intentionally hidden from the public. As you know from like Rockhead Homestead, there was trading routes between Woodvane. The citizens and townsfolk of Woodvane kept their location secret and had posts that they had set up nearby the town to ensure the safety and secrecy of Woodvane. They are more akin to nature and they value their privacy, but you do know that when Woodvane was known and was trading at the time, there's no longer any trade routes with Woodvane in a number of years, and they were viewed as friendly.
Vivien's gonna pass that along out loud and then go, Myelin, are you from Woodvane?
I don't know. The guy at the tavern said something about it, and I don't know. Just got me thinking. I don't know why I can't read it. It's weird.
I definitely never heard of that, but it sounds like something my papa might know.
What?
You're who?
He's a grand powerful druid, my dad. Sorry, my dad. I bet he'd know about a place like that if I asked him.
Myelin starts to slink away.
So your father is naturally magical?
Oh, my whole family is, yeah. I'm the runt, I guess.
Oh. Kaz'il was going to make a joke, and then he kind of feels bad with how Boram worded that, and he just kind of stops talking.
It's okay, Boram. My family hates me too.
What?
Well, he didn't say
My family loves me.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's
I
not the
thought-
same.
What you talking about?
Yikes. And Vivien starts to slink away.
No. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh, my bad. I read that wrong.
No,
I mean, technically, my family kind of hates me too if you throw about her like that, so it's okay. You're not alone.
What? Why? You great. And I roll my eyes.
Yeah, I mean, I am great.
Where is your family, Kaz'il?
In the Fae. They're in the Fall Court.
But not you. Okie dokie.
Yep, not me. Kaz'il looks down the ground.
Sorry about that.
Okay, so what were we doing today?
Well, we gotta get back on track here.
During that conversation, you were still traveling. A couple hours have passed, and I'm going to need you all to make me another nature check as you continue to travel. See if you can get back on track with a safer route.
Remember last campaign when I rolled 2 nat 1s in a row for the first time and it was like the worst thing ever? I rolled a 4 and a 3 last time and then immediately rolled a 2 and a 1 this time.
I'm telling you, we were definitely going that way. I can't help if you pointed me in the wrong direction.
As you continue down this path, you are still heading northward, but the trees are beginning to arch over you more, and they're creating this tunnel. Kind of blocks out the light, and the fact that it's already raining is not helping you. The sound of rains is kind of disorienting as it's hard for you to listen to your surroundings carefully. This is how you're keeping track of like animals and wildlife. It was smooth traveling, but you were able to avoid any danger. Now, the Rockhead Forest near Boulderis is mostly safe with the exception of like wild animals and the occasional owlbear. As you are heading north, you do know this place tends to get more dangerous. As you continue to head north and heading to the denser part of the forest, it is really hard for you to look for these cues. And along the way, you find a dirt road, but this dirt road is very beaten and very worn down to the point where you're confident it doesn't actually lead anywhere. And as you continue to follow it and keep it in mind, you know it's not well maintained and you're pretty confident it doesn't lead anywhere. So you're just like kind of having it as like a point of reference.
I think Myelin would notice that Boram, as they're traveling around, he's kind of purposefully leading them a long way around the forest, that he doesn't, and from Boram's perspective, he doesn't know this area as well as like the area near his home. Me as a player, I'll tell you, obviously he's trying to avoid his hometown. He doesn't want to go through his grove.
Look, I keep telling you, we keep needing to go that way, and you go the wrong way. What's going on here?
No, it's just, no, I've been here. It's just been a while. I just think this is the safest way to get around.
Mylin's acting like a compass and is just pointing in one direction. I always say go that way, and you never go that way.
I mean, I think it would be better direction-wise, Boram, if you got out the cart. I mean, you've been in it pretty much the whole time.
Who's on the horse, who's on the cart, and who's walking? I need marching orders.
Kaz'il is just walking next to Silverhoof's head in the front.
I think Boram's next walking now that they had the bump debacle.
And I'm on his shoulder, just pointing in a direction. We're supposed to go that way.
Vivien's walking too, just next to the cart in case it bumps. She's afraid of going flying too.
As the four of you are continuing along, as the rain's coming down, creating a lot of noise, you do hear the occasional bugs in the forest, but it's very drowned out. Everybody make me a perception check with disadvantage.
I literally got 2 nat 20s.
4.
Got a nat 1.
I got a 7.
Myelin, as the four of you are walking along and bickering, you notice some rustling in the trees, and you specifically hear heavy footsteps.
Something's there.
But it doesn't sound like an animal. It sounds like metal.
He's been pointing in the same direction for the past hour now. As soon as his ears pick up on something, they kind of twitch and angle the way that he hears the things. And he goes, that way. There's something that way.
To the northwest, near this giant rock formation that is pretty high up. It's about 15 feet up, and it's in between some trees. You hear within the bushes some heavy footsteps, as if 2 heavy bits of metal clanging together. You hear this as the others are like bickering or talking about which way they're heading to see if they're following or going the right direction.
There's stuff over there. Something's over there. I go check. Wait, I'm scared. Boram, you go check.
Me? What you talking about?
There's something over there.
I ain't going near whatever that is. Everybody, we should hide, right?
Horse? Where are we gonna put a horse?
All right, then maybe we stand our ground.
Could Vivien cast thaumaturgy and just make her voice boom?
You can, yeah.
All right. Vivien casts thaumaturgy and then calls over to the bush and says, we mean you no harm, but come out. Who are you? Hello?
Why are we yelling at this thing?
As you yell at it with thaumaturgy, you see the bush go like it moves as if it was like startled, and then you hear and it like doesn't move.
After hearing that, Myelin gets off Boram's shoulders and runs to the cart.
It's okay, Myelin, just stay there.
Vivien's gonna call it again. It's okay. I didn't mean to scare you, but if you come on out, we could talk.
Give me another perception check, Vivien, as you are yelling out, and now you have this loud voice coming from you.
3.
Myelin, as you are hiding in the cart, there's maybe about 5 to 10 feet between Vivien and Kaz'il and Boram. You hear loud metal footsteps running towards Vivien's direction. As she's speaking, with a 3 on her perception check, Myelin, you see this tiny creature that almost has like the body shape of a goblin. However, it's wearing these beige green pants, this red vest, and it has a long red hood on its head, and it has these sharp, naggly teeth and tiny yellow beady eyes, and it has this crooked sickle, bipedal. It's running towards them, and it has these huge iron metal shoes on its feet, and it is yelling and gargling, and it's like as it's going to make a surprise attack against Vivien.
When you want your spring break to feel like and your kids' pool day to feel like and your hotel bed to feel like and room service to feel like. Because at Hilton, hospitality feels like...
Your cabana's ready. Would you like fresh towels?
It matters where you stay. Book now at Hilton.com. Hilton, for the stay.
This episode is brought to you by Nespresso. Introducing Vertuo Up, the latest in a long line of innovation from Nespresso. It's innovation you can touch, sense, and taste in every single cup. With a 3-second start, easy open lever, and dedicated brew over ice button, it's even easier to enjoy your coffee your way. Sip for yourself. Shop Virtuo Up exclusively at Nespresso.com.
Before that happens, we do need to clarify the new 2024 rules of Surprise. Surprise no longer offers either party a free attack or action. It gives the surprised people, which is us in this case, disadvantage on initiative.
As we're going to go ahead and roll initiative. Everybody roll initiative with disadvantage.
I got a 6.
An 11.
I got a 17.
Not one.
On initiative 18, you see this creature with heavy metal boots and this weird makeshift sickle running with the sickle high in the air. It's about 2 feet tall, charging, dripping with saliva, and is going to make an attack against you. Make me a dexterity saving throw of a DC 14 as it's using its iron-bound pursuit.
22.
You see this iron boot goes up and goes to kick you, misses and hits the cart on its side, and it completely knocks a chunk of wood off the cart as you feel like it would have shattered bone if it landed. Would have potentially done 27 points of bludgeoning damage as it charged at you.
Bro, what?
I would have been dead.
And you see this thing, it's like 2 feet tall. It's like, horse. You hear, as it's screaming, some other movement in the tree line to your east. You're not sure how many more there are because the rain is blocking out a lot of the sound, but you do hear more of these iron footsteps as they are moving within the tree line, coming closer to you, but not revealed. And we're going to move to initiative 17, Boram.
All right, we are not messing with this today. Why don't you get a taste of my new brew? And Boram puts some ingredients down on his gloves and he casts Brave Sickness. It's 18 to hit.
18, that hits. Yeah, that hits.
As it takes 12 points of poison damage and is poisoned until the end of my next turn, which means it is disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
We are going to need that.
How you like that? And I step away 5 feet north.
So you move to initiative 11. Myelin, scared on the back of the cart. You see that's like holding its head as the poison is in his eyes, and you see that like he's crying profusely, but it's very ugly.
Myelin peeks up and sees the thing attack Vivien, but luckily misses. He is going to do a new ability that he picked up recently. He's going to do Ego Whip.
Okay, what does Ego Whip do?
You lash the mind of one creature you can see within range and filling it with despair. The target must succeed an intelligence saving throw or suffer disadvantage on attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws.
It passes with a 19.
So then it does nothing. I'm trying my best.
All right, buddy. Stay in the car. We take care of this.
And it continues to scream.
As a bonus action, I can do Telekinetic Propel. As a bonus action, choose one large or small creature other than you that you can see within 30 feet. If you do, the target must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pushed 5 feet straight towards you or straight away from you. Alternately, you can choose to roll 1 psionic dice, and then that distance is equal to 5 times the number rolled. I'm going to use one of my psionic dice, which was a 3, so it has to make a strength saving throw.
It fails.
Okay, so then it gets pushed 5 times 3 away from Vivien.
It's forcefully pushed back 15 feet, and it's like, my eyes, and then gets thrown back. You see that as it slides back, its heavy boots drag in the forest dirt, leading these heavy marks into the dirt.
You need to leave her alone. Go away. And that's been my turn.
And we're going to move to initiative 6, Kaz'il.
Seeing it get knocked back, Kaz'il will unsheath his sword while he has his shield in his other hand, and he'll make the 15 feet towards the creature, and he will take an attack. That is a 25 to hit.
25 hits. How much damage you do?
11 damage, and that will be my turn.
As we move to initiative 1, Vivien.
I think while everything's going on, right after the kick and Myelin pushed the guy back, Vivien's gonna just jump and gasp and accidentally smack the brooch. And she's gonna use Woolen's brooch and turn invisible. And go, what? Huh?
This can be used once a day and resets at dawn. You turn invisible.
What is going on? So while invisible, I'm going to move 15 feet kind of southwest towards Kaz'il while still invisible and get ready for a sneak attack the next round.
You go ahead and you move next to the red cap that is currently fighting Kaz'il. As you go back to the top of the round, initiative 18, which are these red caps. 2 emerge from the forest on your east side. As you see them running out of the bush with their sickles high in the sky, they are both going to make dash actions because they are a bit slower because of those heavy iron boots. One is going to run up to Boram. He's not going to attack because they are using a dash action. And the second one uses its dash action to run up to Silverhoof and is trying to use its movement to climb on top of Silverhoof. And you hear it scream, horse, horse, horse. The third one is going to look at Kaz'il, the one that is currently being surrounded by an invisible Vivien and Kaz'il, and is going to make 2 attacks against Kaz'il.
Oh god.
A natural 1
misses.
And the second one definitely misses as it rolled a 4 and a 2 as it's swinging wildly and you are deflecting it with your shield. And as you deflect it with your shield, Kaz'il, although his attacks are very easily readable, you are not having a problem deflecting. You do feel a significant amount of force behind those blows. You do feel like these would be nasty slashes if one were to land.
Man, these guys' power level must be insane.
As we move to initiative 17, Boram.
The second this red hooded little goblin creature gets up to me, I kind of wave my hand and go, now you see me, now you don't. And right as it gets to me, I disappear as I misty step onto the boulder to the north.
So you are now 15 feet in the air on top of this boulder. And you see it's like, and it's just like looking where you were. It doesn't quite see you.
I don't know where I am in a signal. I'm going to cast Poison Spray then as a cantrip and try and hit the red hooded creature on the horse. All right, Myelin, gonna need your help, okay? Gotta be brave. And I'm gonna try and attack it. Ooh, that's a 24 to hit.
That hits. Horse.
As it takes 7 points of poison damage. And that's gonna be the end of my turn.
As we move to initiative 11, Myelin.
You know, I think I'll just stay here. He's going back to his old original. Good old Mind Sliver. The target must make an intelligence saving throw of a DC 13.
6. It fails.
So it takes 1d6 damage and subtract 1d4 for the next saving throw it makes before the end of your next turn. For bonus action, I'm gonna leave him, and the one that's next to horse, I'm gonna use my propel again. So it has to make a strength saving throw of a DC 13.
It passes. As you try to push this thing with your mind, you notice its physical resistance. Similar to what Kaz'il felt, you get immense strength out of this tiny creature. What else are you doing?
He's gonna get scared and back up 15 feet, just enough to be kind of near horse if he needs to do anything or if the thing's coming after him. So he's like, and he jumps out the back and kind of runs kind of southward. And that's his turn.
We're gonna move to initiative 6, Kaz'il.
Been thinking about this for a very long time. I'm going to swing my sword specifically at the one that is obviously right next to me.
Flip.
Dirty 20.
It hits.
And that is going to be 8 damage.
This thing dies as you slash your sword into its shoulder, into its head, and it as its eyes bleed poison and falls onto the floor, and it drops its sickle. But the way it falls, because its boots are so heavy, its ankles like almost snap as it just lays forward, but its feet are still flat on the ground due to its heavy iron boots.
I yell over to Silverhoof and I say, Silverhoof, this one was for you.
Silverhoof is currently freaking out as there's one of these creatures like climbing onto it.
I'll kill that one next. I'll take my movement back to the cart and that'll be my turn.
We go to initiative 1, Vivien.
Vivien is going to use her short bow and aim it at the guy on top of Silverhoof. And as she goes to shoot, she's going to go, don't worry, Silverhoof, I got you.
Don't get in that one.
I hope not.
She's got advantage.
15.
Because you are invisible, you get sneak attack. And yes, you get sneak attack on ranged attacks, which makes rogues awesome. So go ahead and add 2d6 worth of damage for your sneak attack on top of your damage roll.
6 plus 2, 8 plus 1 and 2, so 3.
For a total of 11 points of damage. Great shot with this bow as the arrow flies as it lands like right into the side of its ribcage as it's climbing on Silverhoof.
And as my bonus action, I'm going to use my cunning action help, and I'm going to cast that onto Kaz'il.
Going to the top of the round, initiative 18. You see that as the red cap continues to climb on top of Silverhoof, it is going to make an attack action against the ropes that is holding Silverhoof to the cart, and they are cut loose. Silverhoof is thrashing in place with this red cap on him. He is digging his iron boots into his side. Silverhoof is not taking any damage. However, you do notice immediate bruising and some bleeding by these giant hooves acting as like boot stirrups into the side of the horse, and it's causing him to like thrash and move about. If you get close to Silverhoof right now, you're gonna make me a dexterity saving throw because he's kicking around. You might take 1d6 points of bludgeoning damage because he's freaking out. We're gonna go with the second red cap, which is a little more north on that road, and he is going to go towards you, Kaz'il. He is going near the thrashing horse, so he's gonna make a dexterity saving throw. This thing is just charging at you. He passes with a 14. As he doesn't get hit, you're gonna make me a dexterity saving throw of a DC 14 as it's charging at you as you are within range and kicking you with its giant heavy boot.
That is an 18.
As it tries to kick and whiffs, it almost does a flip in place by the momentum of this heavy foot, and it's just like screaming at you, trying to distract you. As we move to initiative 17, Boram, as you are on top of this giant rock about 40 feet away, 15 feet in the air.
I'm going to jump down a little bit, going about 15 feet to a lower rock to the east, and I'm just going to try and hit it with another Ray of Sickness. And that's going to be a swampy 20, as it takes 13 points of poison damage.
It dies as you shoot it with 13 points of damage. And you see that it like holds its neck as it's like poison. It's like boom, lands on its feet, falls on the floor, feet still flat on the ground due to the weight of the heavy boots.
Look at that, Myelin. 2 down. We almost out of the weeds. As I end my turn.
As we go to initiative 11, Myelin.
Myelin, still worried about Horse, is just gonna keep casting Mind Sliver to hopefully help him as best he can, but he's kind of worried, so he needs to make an intelligence saving throw.
Intelligence saving throw. He rolled a 14. That's gonna pass.
Silverhoof, be careful. And he's kind of panicking, and all of a sudden he goes into a strange state, reaches out his right arm, teal glowing around him. He looks at Vivien, says, "Trust me," as he uses Warp Propel, which is his level 3 Scion class ability of the Psy Warper. Must fail a saving throw, so if she wants to, you can teleport the target to an unoccupied space you can see within 30 feet of you. And it says horizontal to you, which means that I can't put him up in the air. It just has to be on the same plane. So I'm going to put Vivien right next to the guy to help with Silverhoof.
Vivien's going to throw up from the speed.
Get Silverhoof. Help him.
Okay.
That is my turn.
As we move to initiative 6, Kaz'il.
So Kaz'il would like to do 2 things. First, as a bonus action, he's going to cast Sanctuary onto Silverhoof. And it says, you ward a creature within range against attack. Until the spell ends, any creature who targets the warded creature with an attack or a harmful spell must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature must choose a new target or lose the attack or spell. Does not protect the warded creature from area effects such as an explosion or fireball. If the warded creature makes an attack, casts a spell that affects an enemy or deals damage to another creature, this spell ends. So I'm going to cast that on Silverhoof, and then I'm going to attack the last, I don't know the name of these things, but I'm going to attack the last one that is here with us. That is a dirty 20.
Hits.
And then that's going to be 11 damage.
As you end your turn, as you attack for 11 points of damage, we move to initiative 1, Vivien.
Vivien finishes throwing up, and she's like, oh, okay. She's not really going to throw the returning dagger, but she's going to use it to stab.
Roll a hit.
So I got 5 damage there, and I'm going to use my dagger, the other-handed one. That's 18. Another 5 points of damage.
Plus sneak attack because you're next to Kaz'il.
Plus another 3 points of damage, 13 points of damage.
Ooh, this thing is still up. but looking very bloodied and very angry.
Bonus action attack?
Yeah, you can make an offhand weapon attack with your dagger.
Let's do that.
Roll to hit.
19.
Roll for damage.
+3.
Plus 3 points of damage. It's still up. Very close to death. Very angry at you as it's going to make 2 attacks against you, Vivien. As you see in a bloody haze, its yellow beady eyes staring at you with pure rage. Its heavy iron boots as it lunges forward with a 14 for its first attack. That's going to hit, and its second attack is going to be a 17 to hit. So you're going to take 10 points of slashing damage from the first attack, and on the second attack, you're going to take 11 points of slashing damage as it slices you with this sickle.
Vivien's down.
Putting her on the board! Vivien's down!
Not again.
Vivian is down for the second time this campaign. You're going to make death saving throws on your turn unless somebody intervenes.
Those of you who haven't seen the tiny table yet, get ready. I get good at these.
As we move to initiative 17, Boram, you see Vivien go down as it's trying to use its last bit of anger, as it's trying to like practically crawl on top of Vivien to keep slashing at her with murderous intent. What are you doing?
Stay with us, Jolie. We almost done. And I'm gonna cast my last leveled spell of the day, I guess, and do another Ray of Sickness. Oh, another Swampy 20. I'm swampy today, as it takes 7 points of poison damage and is now poisoned.
It is dead as it grasps onto its throat, desperately grasping for air. It foams from the mouth and then falls on the floor while its feet are still planted due to the weight of its boots.
And as I walk down after killing the last one, I pull out a potion that I made for the day, as you will get 10 points of health back. How you doing, Jolie?
I've been better. Thank you.
It's okay. I kind of pat your back and I'm like, get up. It's going to be all right.
You get your bearings after this fight. You're looking at these 3 dead redcaps on the floor. They look like these twisted, gnomish creatures, but they definitely have more goblin-esque features. Boram, roll me a history check.
It's going to be a Swampy 20 again.
Boram, with a Swampy 20 and your nature of the Feywild, Kaz'il, you know this information. These are Fey creatures. So Kaz'il, you know that these creatures are pretty common in the Feywild in dense forests and such. They are a pretty big nuisance and something that your courts, like military or people who travel, have to deal with these things on a pretty regular basis. However, these look more goblin-esque than you're normally used to, because they definitely look more like halflings mixed with like little elvish nature in there. Their ears are pointy like elves, but their facial features are more halfling-ish, but they're half the size of normal halflings. Like they're only like a foot or 2 tall. These are a little more goblin-esque in nature and look a little more mutated, but you know that these are red cap creatures because of their signature iron boots and their immense strength. They're not intelligent creatures. They have a mission they need to set out, and they really don't have like a rhyme or reason other than survival at the expense of others. Boram, what you know from being from Humbrea with the knowledge of the Feywild, these are not normal here. This is not something you would run into it every day, and them being here is very weird.
Yeah, Boram lights a cigarette. I needed that. Hey, Paladin, these some of your friends, or maybe some more foes trying to find you?
My friends. I was thinking more your friends. They kind of look like you.
A squint.
On that squint, that is where we're going to end this week's session.
I knew that was coming. That's why I said it.
I don't know why they call them red caps. They're more yellow. I don't understand.
Great app, everybody.
Making a note that Vivien got down.
Wow.
Leading the scoreboard with 2 on the board. Mylin's fault, by the way, but we'll talk about it after the show.
It's so funny.
Oh man! All right, that was good. We got like some weird combat in there. Got to use the red caps.
I was excited to see him.
I will say I like how like Myelin throwing Vivien is like the knockoff version of Drell throwing Menace. It's like the watered down, literally.
I like that.
I'm not going to point out that Alec almost lost another horse this campaign, but that's neither here
Oh, yeah.
No, he definitely wasn't. I have healing spells. It was going to be fun.
We'll talk about it after the show. I didn't plan to give a legitimate suggestion this week, but look, listen, if you're not watching Bridgerton, all right, let me tell you something. You need to get on that like right now, because you know what? 18 plus recommendation, by the way. So y'all college kids, you know, I'm just 18 plus recommendation. Bridgerton, man. All right, yes, it's a lady show, but man, is it good. All right,
I will say this: I watched it for the first time ever with my wife like 2 days ago, and it has like music from today, but it's played like classical piano, violin. And I was like, dude, this music's good.
It's like, so good, dude. I was listening to the Bridgerton covers at the gym this morning, and I'm like, this is great. It's just this whole like harps and shit.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So good. But listen, like if you're a man, right, and you're trying to get in with the ladies, you can learn a lot from Bridgerton. Learn how to be a gentleman. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to speak the proper way. It's swooned.
I can't wait to learn a lot.
Learn how to yearn. That's my advice for the week. And we're going to go ahead to spin the wheel of recommendations.
All right, let's spin the wheel.
Bjorn. More Bjorn.
And Bjorn said the other 4 hair-raising nope moments in horror. Kicking things off with the famous last words. It's right behind me, isn't it? Kyleigh.
Oh, no.
It's such a good one because we were just talking about horror movies before the episode started.
That's right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Very true.
And I have a good one.
Perfect.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Bjorn.
Bjorn.
Send us another one in the Discord, Bjorn.
Everybody give me your most red cap goodbye.
All right. Goodbye.
Later.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
It sounded like it hurt the throat.
Nope.
Alone in the late night, a group of adventurers meet up within the confines of a masterfully undetectable hideout. Under the moonlight, and upon the exchanging of hushed words, the members of the Bloodshard Bandits meet up to prepare for their next adventure under the blinding star in the sky. Artemis, the fighter, guardian of Kemi-Jo. Hunter, scholar, gentleman, and adventurer. Gift gunslinger Alistair Jacobs. The Dread, Lord Drama, the highest of elves, master of the finest fineries this side of Umbrea. The rogue changeling Sly. Knockmock, Nova's biggest competition. Brandy Woodburner, the wine-wielding wood elf. Gloric Nightbreaker, the dwarven fighter. A pony lightbringer. Elven cleric of Corellan Larethian, and not a stupid goblin. Nothing can be accomplished by brute strength alone. The academics must meet to keep the party afloat with stories of lore deeper than an abyss. The Sidgwick College alumni work tirelessly below the never-fading star. Mongo, the Yeti giant. Sergio, the retired knight. Saint Chaos, the masterful brewer and no good doer. David Lachance, Chartreuse, Charlie, Vex, Shade, the gnome sorcerer. Umbrea's mightiest heroes have all far and wide throughout all of time. Man with Glass, Kazus, the Frost Dragonborn Warlock, Johnny Tar, John Carroll, Hart, the Iron Hammer, Drown the Barbarian Mobster, Cypress Daywind, a Capybara Circle of the Forest Druid, Annie, Master of Weapons, Bjorn Battleborn, the Bombastic Brigader Barbarian Half-Orc, Morgath the Unbroken, Half-Giant Barbarian, Gad the Lizard Folk Rune Knight, Plick, the Warlock who thinks he knows Cajun French, Bree Carlson, Kivlin Ninthadir, the Elf Sorcerer, Balasar Turneroth, the Eldritch Knight Dragonborn, Brom Ironspud, the battle-hardened half-orc barbarian with an unbreakable appetite for glory. Thank you to all who have helped us. Your continued patronage is appreciated. Vivien out.